Now, if we're talking smart money moves, we got to talk about the Discover It credit card. Listen, if you're using a debit card for every purchase, you're playing yourself. With the Discover It card, you get unlimited cash back for your first year, meaning whatever cash back you earn, Discover will match it dollar for dollar. So instead of just spending money, why not make money while you spend? Use my link in the description box below and apply today. Get your bag up the smart way. Hey, ladies. Welcome back to B.E.E. Billionaire Embodiment Entertainment Podcast with Harrison Jacobs, where we talk about power, presence, and moving through life like you already own the damn place. Y'all know what it is. Now, today, we got something different for y'all. We're not just talking. I brought some of my personal people into this conversation. These are my brothers, my day ones. And trust me, you're going to want to hear what they have to say. All right, first up, we got Malik. Real estate mogul. The man knows the market like he was born in it. But what y'all don't know, this man has stories. Malik, say what's up to the people. What's good, y'all? First off, H, I appreciate the invite. But listen, man, I'm just here to sip my whiskey and learn something. Because if there's one thing I know, it's that women move differently. And I'm trying to understand the science behind it. Yeah. We're going to break it all the way down. Next up, we got Jordan, luxury car dealer. If you ever seen a man walk in looking like money is him, Jordan, what's up? Jordan, man, I'm just here to keep it real. Y'all be acting like y'all got women figured out, but let's be honest, most men don't. So I'm here to soak up the game and see what's really going on. Harrison Jacobs, I respect it. And last but definitely not least, my guy, David, CEO, investor, and honestly, probably the smoothest one out of all of us. Dave, talk to the people. David, man, listen, I've met all kinds of women from Wall Street to VIP sections in Dubai. But today, I want to talk about the ones who stand out. The ones who don't chase, don't force, don't need to prove anything. So, H, what we got? Harrison Jacobs. All right, let's get into it. Today, we're talking about a woman named Charmaine, a woman who doesn't just enter a room, she owns it. Let's talk about presence. The jazz fades slightly as the men lean in. The energy shifts to focus. Harrison Jacobs, as a matter of fact, before we keep going, let's take a second to pay these bills. Listen, y'all, if you're enjoying this conversation and getting some real value from it, I got one simple request. Hit the Cash App. The link is in the description box below. Your support helps keep the podcast running, keeps these luxury conversations going, and makes sure we keep bringing y'all nothing but the real. So if you want to show some love, go ahead and drop something in the Cash App. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Short pause before transitioning back to the conversation. Charmaine, the woman who owns the room, Harrison Jacobs. So listen, y'all ever been somewhere, an event, a lounge, a high-level networking spot? And there's that one woman who doesn't have to say a word, but everybody notices her. The energy in the room just adjusts when she walks in. Malik, yeah, I've seen that. But what is it? What makes her different? Harrison Jacobs, it's not about what she does. It's about what she doesn't do. Charmaine doesn't enter a room looking for attention. She walks in like the room already belongs to her. She ain't scanning the place for validation. She's scanning for alignment. Jordan, alignment? Harrison Jacobs. She's not out here hoping someone notices her. She knows she's noticeable. The right people, the ones worth her time, will notice. The ones who don't, they were never meant to. David, okay, but break it down. What is she doing differently? Harrison Jacobs, it's a formula, and it's effortless. 1. She never rushes into a room. Other women rush in, adjusting their dress and looking around nervously. Charmaine moves slowly, deliberately. She gives the room time to notice her before she even acknowledges it. 2. She makes eye contact, but only when necessary. She's not scanning for validation. It's brief, controlled, and unintentional when she locks eyes with someone. Then she moves on like she didn't just shift the air around them. 3. She doesn't talk too much. Some women start talking immediately, nervous energy, over-explaining, trying to prove themselves. Charmaine? She knows silence is just as powerful as words. She lets people lean into her presence before she even speaks. 4. She never overreacts to attention. If a man approaches her, she doesn't light up like he's doing her a favor. She acknowledges engagement but never overcompensates. She gives just enough to be intriguing but not enough for him to assume she's too easy to access. 5. She owns her personal space. A lot of women shrink when men come around. They touch their hair, they fidget, they cross their arms like they're unsure. Charmaine? She sits, stands, and moves like she owns every inch of the space around her. Malik, damn, that's a different kind of confidence. Jordan, and men notice that immediately. Harrison Jacobs. All right, let's see what y'all are saying online. Y'all know the drill. We're live on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Drop your questions, and I'll answer a couple between each point. Comment from Nia Boss Moves. How can a woman develop presence if she's naturally introverted? Harrison Jacobs, Nia, listen. Presence isn't about being loud. It's about being felt. You don't have to be the most outgoing woman in the room to command space. It's about how you carry yourself. Walk slower. Speak intentionally. Make eye contact. Own your space. It's not about volume. It's about certainty. Smooth jazz plays. The hum of the Empire Room fills the air. Ice clinking in whiskey glasses. The soft exhale of cigars. The energy is still electric. Still locked in. Harrison Jacobs. Ladies, let me hook y'all up real quick. I know some of y'all are listening on the go, at work, on your lunch break, handling business. And you might be thinking, damn, I wish I had all these notes written down. Guess what? I got you. I put together a short, cute little ebook of this exact podcast episode. It's got all the tips, all the strategies, and all the game we just talked about. So you can sit with it, highlight it, and revisit it anytime you want. Go ahead and download it from the link in the description box below. Picking up where we left off, Harrison Jacobs. All right, y'all, we're going to keep it rolling. We just broke down how Charmaine moves when she walks into a room. But listen, presence is just the foundation. The real magic, it's in the details. Malik, damn, H, you mean to tell me there's more? Harrison Jacobs, bro, there's always more. Do you think a woman like Charmaine just accidentally commands attention? Hell no. Everything she does, every look, every move, every interaction, it's all intentional, and that's what separates her from the rest. The sound of a cigar being tapped, the room leans in. It's time for the next layer, the Charmaine effect, how she engages with men, David. Okay, H, we talked about how she moves in the room, but let's get to the real question. How does she deal with men? What makes her stand out in that arena? Harrison Jacobs, man, listen. Charmaine got this thing that I call the Charmaine effect. When she talks to a man, it's never about chasing. It's never about impressing. It's not even about convincing. It's about choosing. And the way she does it, let me break it down. 1, she lets a man introduce himself to her world. Charmaine ain't walking up to nobody. She's not leading the conversation, and she's damn sure not breaking the ice. When a man approaches, she gives him space to present himself. Not in an arrogant way, but in a way that says, you came to me. So tell me, who are you? And that energy, it makes men step up instantly. Jordan, bro, that's crazy because men know when they have to come, correct? If a woman is too eager, she gets lazy. But when a woman is sitting back just watching, it's like, damn, you got to come with something real. 2, she listens more than she speaks. Charmaine, don't do that over-explaining, over-sharing. Let me make sure you like me nonsense. When a man talks, she's watching, analyzing, and deciding if she's even interested. And when she does respond, every word counts. Malik, bruh, the most dangerous woman in the room is the one who doesn't give up all her thoughts in the first 5 minutes. Harrison Jacobs, exactly. Because when a woman holds back just enough, she keeps a man thinking about her. And when you get a man thinking about you, game over. 3, she keeps the energy light but firm. Charmaine doesn't flirt with every man like she's desperate for attention. But when she does engage, it's subtle, it's controlled. It's just enough to spark curiosity, but never enough to be too easy. David, it's like she gives you just enough to keep you wondering. Harrison Jacobs, bingo, a woman like Charmaine knows that her real power is in pacing the interaction. She doesn't rush. She doesn't force. She lets the moment unfold, and that's why men can't forget her. Harrison Jacobs, all right, listen up because I got something real good for y'all. If you love shopping, and I know y'all do, but you're not getting paid for it, you're messing up. Let me put y'all onto Rakuten. Rakuten is an online platform that pays you cash back for shopping in stores you already buy from. We're talking Sephora, Ulta, Saks, Nordstrom, and even Amazon. Every time you shop, you get a percentage of your money back straight into your account. It's free to sign up, and y'all know we're all about smart money moves over here. So stop leaving money on the table and sign up using my link in the description box below. Get your cash back, ladies. Harrison Jacobs. All right, y'all, let's see what's coming in from the live chat. We got Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok running. Drop your questions, and let's get into it. Comment from the real Renee. Harrison, how can a woman balance being approachable without looking too available? Harrison Jacobs, Renee, that's a real one. The answer? Body language. You don't have to be cold, but you also don't have to be too open. When you walk in slow, not like you're running to impress somebody. Keep your shoulders back, keep your head high, but stay relaxed. And when someone speaks to you, pause before you respond. Let there be a little space between what they say and how you answer. That small pause, it creates intrigue. It makes you look like a woman who isn't in a rush to impress. Jordan, and men love that because it means she's moving on her time. David, yeah, that energy, that's what separates women who get chosen from women who are just there. Comment from Boss by Batasha. What's the fastest way to kill presence? Harrison Jacobs. Oh, that's easy. Desperation. The moment a woman starts trying too hard, it's a wrap. Over laughing, oversharing, trying to prove why you're worthy. That energy ruins everything. The women who own the room, they're not out here auditioning. They already decided they belong. And when you move like that, the world adjusts. Malik. Damn, that's gold. Because a woman who's solid in herself, she never needs to prove it. Harrison Jacobs. All right, listen, ladies. We've spent this whole episode talking about Charmaine. But let's be clear, this isn't about her. This is about you. A pause. The way the conversation settles in. Presence isn't about being loud. It's not about trying to force people to see you. It's about moving like you already belong. And the second you start showing up in your life like that, everything changes. David, no chasing, no convincing, just presence. Jordan and the ones who master that, man, they changed the whole damn game. Harrison Jacobs, that's it. That's the Harrison Jacobs effect. And that's Billionaire Embodiment. Harrison Jacobs. All right, y'all, we got the live feed running on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You know how we do. Drop your questions in the chat, and I'll answer a few before we wrap this up. Comment from Matha Mogul. Harrison, what's the difference between presence and just being intimidating? I've been told I have a strong presence, but sometimes I feel like it pushes people away. Harrison Jacobs. Maya, that's a damn good question. Presence isn't about making people feel small. It's about making yourself undeniable. Intimidation happens when people feel like they have to compete with you instead of being invited into your world. The key? Balance. If your energy is too aggressive, it can feel like a challenge instead of a command. A woman like Charmaine, she moves like she knows she's that woman, but she's not out here trying to prove it. Confidence invites, arrogance isolates. Feel me? Malik, that's a word right there. It's the difference between a woman who's magnetic and a woman who's just doing too much. Jordan, man, I've seen it so many times. Women think they have to act hard to be respected, but the real power is quiet. The loudest one in the room is never the one in control. Harrison Jacobs, exactly. When a woman walks in and she's already chosen herself, the world has no choice but to follow. Next question. Comment from Simply Jazz. Harrison, what if a woman has presence but still feels overlooked? Like, what if men don't see her the way she wants to be seen? Harrison Jacobs, Jazz, listen to me. The right people will always see you. But first, you have to ask yourself, are you in the right rooms? Because you can move with all the presence in the world, but if you're surrounding yourself with people who don't know how to recognize value, you'll always feel invisible. Stop trying to be seen by those who don't have the capacity to appreciate you. Move different and watch how the energy around you changes. David, Man, that part. Women need to stop thinking the problem is always them. Sometimes it's the damn room. Malik, facts. Right energy, wrong environment. That's a setup for failure. Harrison Jacobs. And that's why a woman like Charmaine is unbothered. She ain't pressed about the wrong people overlooking her because she knows the right ones will always notice. And that's the game. A moment of silence as that settles in. The weight of the truth sits heavy in the room. Comment from Brittany Lux. So how do you know if you're moving with real presence? What's the test? Harrison Jacobs. Brittany, I got you. Here's the test. Walk into a room, say nothing, and do nothing. Then watch. If people still feel your energy, if you still get acknowledged, approached, or even subtly noticed, you have a presence. If you feel invisible unless you do something, you still got work to do. Jordan, damn, that's a challenge right there. Harrison Jacobs, it is. Because presence ain't about moving louder, it's about moving smarter. It's about owning space without fighting for it. David, and when a woman masters that, man, listen, game over. A slow exhale from a cigar, the clink of a whiskey glass. The atmosphere is locked in. Harrison Jacobs, all right, ladies, listen. We talked about Charmaine, but what we really talked about is the art of being a woman who never has to chase, beg, or prove herself. That kind of presence, it's a damn superpower. And the best part, every single one of you can develop it. The room settles, and this is the final message. But here's what I need you to understand. This is your journey. Presence isn't about becoming someone else. It's about stepping into your highest version. That means you got to do the work. You got to figure out what makes you magnetic, what makes you move different. Because the women who own the room, they don't copy, they don't force, they just are. Malik H, that's real. Because at the end of the day, it's not about being the loudest. It's about being the one who's felt. Jordan and the ones who master that, man, they change the whole damn game. David, no competition and no chasing, just presence. Harrison Jacobs, that's it. That's the Harrison Jacobs effect. And that's Billionaire Embodiment. A final sip of whiskey, the sound of ice swirling in the glass. The music swells. Harrison Jacobs. Now listen, ladies. If you've been thinking about starting a side hustle, or you're tired of sitting on a closet full of designer bags, shoes, and clothes you don't even wear anymore, I got the perfect solution for you, Poshmark. With Poshmark, you can sell your items, make real money, and start building your own brand right from your phone. And if you don't have stuff to sell, you can also source and flip high-end pieces for profit. This is low risk, high reward, and the easiest way to start a business today. Use my link in the description box below and start making money today. Stop waiting. Start selling. Get to the bag. Harrison Jacobs. All right, y'all. That's a wrap for this episode of B.E.E. Billionaire Embodiment Entertainment Podcast with Harrison Jacobs. If you love this conversation, make sure you share it. Tag me and tell me what hit home for you. And if you're ready to step into a new level of power, start applying this tonight. Malik, yeah, ladies, don't just listen. Move different. Jordan, and watch how the world shifts around you. David, game changers don't announce themselves. They show up. Harrison Jacobs, facts, now be her, and don't ever look back. Harrison Jacobs, y'all know Cash App isn't just for transactions. You can actually use it to buy stocks, invest in cryptocurrency, and start building your portfolio with as little as $1. Listen, if you're still sitting on the sidelines when it comes to investing, you're missing out. Wealth is built through assets, not just income. So if you don't have a Cash App investment portfolio yet, click the link below, set up your account, and start growing your money today. Harrison Jacobs. All right, ladies, if you're serious about building a brand, making money, and stepping into your billionaire era, you need to read this book. It's called The One Woman's $1 Billion Business by Kiana Devine, and it breaks down exactly how to turn your ideas into an empire step by step. If you've been thinking about entrepreneurship but don't know where to start, this is where you start. Click the link in the description box below and grab your copy today. You don't have to wait for a team to get started. The $1 billion business, it starts with you. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all next week. Harrison Jacobs. Peace.